Bueno, vamos allá. Radio Manar. Vamos en dirección este. Vámonos.
Oh. Huh? Oh, I am alert and awake. Not to worry. I take our ship's security highly seriously.
Voy a ver. Lo dejamos aquí guardado. Vamos a cogerlo todo. Vamos a usar el poquito. Vamos a ver. Modificar. Es de cañón. El ruido de cada disparo. Instalamos la modificación. Mientras. Capacidad del cargador más 50. Vale, esta está ahí. Sada. plasma eléctrico. Diario. El 10. El 7. Vamos a despertar. 4, despertamos. 4, despertamos. El 2. Vamos a instalar modificación. Instalamos. Luego kit de cazador, talentos de armadura. Escáner geográfico, distancia. Capacidad de carga más 20 kilos. Oh, blindaje. lado. Para ya trastear. Trastear. ¿No? Armadura. Sube la armadura. Ya me queda sin pasta. Listo. Pues vamos Vamos a... aquí, a Monarca. Plataforma de aterrizaje de...
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Félix tiene un lanzagranada nivel 8. Mano. Barbati. Vicario más. Tan. En el inventario aquí una ranura. Y eso, atributos corporales. Ponernos esto para ir probando. Activa todos los consumidores asignados al reloj. Repartir todo el equipo, el equipado. Todo esto lo voy a guardar de salir. Eléctrica. Nivel 2. Sí. Y sí. Puede ser. Ya llevo muchísimo peso. Qué balón. O guaraní ni nada. Joder, un cajón nada más. El árbol. Inserta el cartucho de identificación del capitán para iniciar el aterrizaje remoto.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
¿Ves esa nave en la plataforma de aterrizaje? Es mía.
I knew it. See, I made what you'd call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
¿Por qué están ahí?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Alcíon. Please state your name for the records.
Me gusta viajar de incógnito, ya sabes a lo que me refiero.
Aw, don't be like that. I never get to do this part. Please.
Venga, muy bien, soy la capitana Sara.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
No espero encontrar a alguien como tú en Monarca.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
¿Quieres decir que la Junta miente acerca de este lugar?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes...
¿Han aislado esta bahía estelar?
Off-world, we don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Venga, me voy.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
¿Qué necesitas?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Ese póster parece muy valioso.
I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
¿Quién es ese agujero negro?
That's Bertie Holcomb, only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
¿Por qué lo llaman agujero negro?
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played, nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
Deberías explicarlo con otras palabras.
Well, Holcomb's had a lot of nicknames over his career. Used to be the tallywhacker on account of what he'd do to the score. Before that, he was the slick stick, because his shots were always so smooth.
Te lo estás inventando.
I swear I'm not. At the start of his career, people called him the hack boss, but no one thought that was very catchy.
Venga, preguntaré por tu poste.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Venga, pues vamos.
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out. She's in a mood.
Not the best. We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rats keeps us on our
Que
toes.
vaya guapa que llevan, ¿no?
Got any news from the rest of Alcíon?
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth. going
Got any
about
news
our
from the
lives.
rest of Halcyon?
Every time the punch
Watch your
clock
step if you
peals, a
venture
worker
outside the
earns
walls.
his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were a wonderful director. Trying to get us all in trouble? What do you think you're doing?
Ya me iba.
your step if you venture outside the walls.
Carry on.
Bene, ley bendita, ¿es que un hombre no puede disfrutar en paz del sabor mentolado de un purito taco? Lo dices como si estuvieras orgulloso de no estar haciendo nada.
What I am doing, ma'am, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
¿A qué te refieres?
This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
Pero ahora soy libre, sin la Jun.
Yes, free to wallow in squalor together. Free to squabble with the iconoclasts over a raptidon-infested hellhole. Look, you're making me melancholy.
Te dejo
Something
lo
you wanted?
tuyo.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance. Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
¿Eh? Bingo de frases de Yoka en el logo. A ver, frase tachada, justo entre los. Rodearon entre 3, 4. Ese Rakti era así de grande. Cargué de un tiro, invítame, ¿quieres?
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Vaya, vaya.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me.
Gracias.
stranger. Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
Decías que por aquí no se ven muchas caras.
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the iconoclasts or some such.
¿Qué pasó en Cumbre Santa?
Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though.
¿Por qué se llama Club Náutico?
But it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
¿Hay algún yate en Bahía Estelar?
Nope. But a man can dream.
¿Conoces bien a Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can
Dígame
do
lo que
for you?
tiene. Vodka y la mora. Y X. De nada. Te voy a vender esto. Venga, vamos a hablar con Nioka.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood. So it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Me llamo Sara. Encantada de conocerte.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
Me han dicho que puedes ponerme en contacto con un traficante de información.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
¿Qué necesitas?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
¿Hablas del cafenoide? ¿Solo es un estimulante?
Well, they work. We got a deal or
Muy
what?
bien. Ya volveré.
We don't get many outsiders.
We don't get many outsiders.
Got any news from the rest of Alcíon?
Eres nueva, ¿no? ¿Vienes de otro mundo? Sí, soy Sara, capitana de la Fale.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell and revel with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
¿Qué estáis celebrando?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're
¿Vuestro
striking.
trabajo era tan horrible como para dejarlo?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Mira tú por dónde, a mí se me da bien negociar.
I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. Not like us cogs, trying to be the squeaky wheel but just getting deadlocked. It's been days, but Velma won't even hear us out. Maybe you could just make her
Ya
listen to
hablaré
our
por
commands.
vosotros.
You would do that? We sure are lucky you decided to come up to the patio today. I knew drinking up here would be good for more than the view.
Tenemos que hablar de Velma.
Sure thing. What did you
¿Cuánto
want to
tiempo podéis
discuss?
estar sin trabajar? ¿Alguna idea sobre cómo presionar a Velma?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof.
Cuéntame de qué va eso del chantaje.
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Vamos hablando.
It'll be good to get some steady pay again.
Thanks for the help. Still, this is a nice break from the warehouse.
Got any news from the rest of Alcíon?
Bueno, vamos a empezar aquí.
We don't get many outsiders. You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Wouldn't mind smelling like Saltuna if we could sell more of it.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always pranking.
No, I mean more than usual.
made it a point to stay out of her way.
Herramienta pescatológica para incisiones. A esta sierra de pescado le vendría bien una. Que veo otra puerta, ¿no? Todo aquí.
What do you think you're doing? Do what you want, I guess.
Bueno, esto está todo limpio.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
We don't get many outsiders.
Inicio de sesión de empleado. Introduzca sus credenciales asignadas. Pirateamos. Tutoriales médicos. Introduzca el nombre de un paciente para el médico. Mioca. Asignación de cafenoide estándar. Daños en el hígado, probablemente como consecuencia de un alcoholismo prolongado. Problemas de actitud, probablemente como consecuencia de un alcoholismo prolongado. Aislamiento social frecuente, probablemente como consecuencia prolongada. Aumentar la asignación de cafenoide. Vale, cara. Paciente no encontrado. Inténtalo de nuevo. Almacenamiento de datos. Según mi hipótesis, lujo de 2029. ¡Hala! Ya tienes su like. Que no le has dado ni tú. Muchas gracias, Lujo B2029. Gracias por pasarte por aquí por el directo. Según mi hipótesis, esta combinación permitiría a mi mente y a mi sentido percibir las realidades metafísicas que nos rodean. ¿Estoy en lo cierto? Supongo que mis facultades se han visto claramente superadas. Poco después de administrarme la dosis, empecé a padecer sudores fríos, temblores y una leve paranoia. Dudo que las notas que tomé mientras sufría estos efectos tengan alguna utilidad. Sin embargo, la experiencia ha sido muy estimulante. Probaré con una dosis más pequeña cuando deje de tener arritmia. Una vez finalizados mis experimentos anteriores, elaboré la siguiente teoría. Si anulamos los sentidos corporales, tal vez podríamos hacernos una imagen mental de la eterna. Por desgracia, no tuve el éxito esperado. La combinación de sustancias a la vista y me dejó muy debilitado, por lo que perdí el conocimiento. Me desperté varias horas después sobre un charco de mi propio vómito con un inexplicable antojo de hileritos. Venga, tercera nota. Buscando, archivo vacío. Edwards A. Trabajo en curso. 1. La prometida estelar. Ella es una colonia de ojos brillantes de la Tierra. Él un laborioso criador de Salatún Narca. Su atracción se convertirá en un romance turbulento que cambiará por completo Bay. Capítulo 3. Muy lejos de Arkansas. Puede dejar sus cosas ahí mismo, dijo el señor Alcíon mientras estaba con Abby en un apartamento alumbrado a medianoche. No era muy amplio, es circunstancia, pero estaba muy acogedor. Vaya. Trabajo en curso 2. Pasión de traficante. El trabajo 1, la prometida estelar. Pasión de traficante. Y el otro es sanar en tiempos revueltos. Es, digamos, la mención a Amar en tiempos revueltos, que es una serie de televisión. Venga, volver al principio. Crear nueva cuenta. Salimos. Nos hemos entrado por aquí. Tenemos esta puerta que está bloqueada, pero que podemos abrir antes de que venga alguien. Ahí está. ¡Oh! Gato. Y ahora vamos a entrar aquí.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brack's missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like. Hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
Esto es el baño. Abigail Edward.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
¿Te encargas tú de distribuir la medicina?
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
Parece que estás encantado con tu trabajo.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
Venga por cafenoide para Nicoa, Romain, Huelga. No puede ser.
Now that can't be. Ms. Ramnarine Wentworth has already exceeded the month's... Oh. Dear me. She does have another dose in her allotment. How did I miss this?
No pasa nada, se ve que está muy ocupada.
My, but you are a doll. Here's Neoka's caffeinoid, and if I know her, she's probably ready for it by now. Do take care of yourself.
El que nos ha dado esta más el que hemos robado, porque el que nos ha dado ha sido el que nosotros le hemos metido en el terminal pirateándolo.
to share a secret with Auntie Abigail?
Venga, vámonos. Esto ya lo hemos visto. Vamos a seguir por aquí. Ahí entrando en todos los sitios del pueblo. Esta gente...
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Got any news from the rest of Alcíon? Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Guardias.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Vamos a entrar aquí a ver qué por aquí, qué es lo que hay. En esta maleta había varios atuendos andrajosos, todos de la misma talla y el mismo. Boleto de apuestas de trabajo. De apuestas de Tosbol. Este boleto muestra apuestas cada vez mayores por un equipo llamado los cuasi-colonos. Pertenece a la casa de apuestas Tosbolmanía. Aquí listo.
Got any news from the rest of Alcíon?
No hay noticias del resto de Alcíon. Esta de espalda la llevo. Para Nandi. Señor Nandi, siento molestarle, pero algo fétido se ha empezado a filtrar desde el apartamento de arriba. No sé qué tiene Celia ahí metido, pero trabaja para usted, ¿verdad? ¿Me haría el favor de comentarle esto? Isaac, ¿te importaría cerrar las ventanas? Ya te he dicho, las ventanas abiertas atraen a las avispas, sobre todo cuando te dejan la comida. Las plagas de mantiavispas son un problema para todo. Braxton, sé que no sigues su horario habitual, sé porque te oigo a todas horas del día y la noche, pero podríamos intentar cerrar la puerta con un poco más de cuidado. Soy hipersensible y cada vez que oigo tu puerta me siento como si estuviera en medio de esa... Nos vamos a subir.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
¿Nadie? Aprovecha. Vamos. Ya. Una guadaña de esa agua. Esto es un parachute, tío.
Carry on. Carry on.
Otra habitación. He salido a hacer un recado. Voy a entregar un paquete de cuidados de emergencia a la familia Mater en las ruinas al sur de Bahía Estelar. Vuelvo enseguida. Laura, sé que estás leyendo esto. No toques mis... Menudo susto que me has dado.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a
No
person
pretendí
like that, huh?
asustarte. Ya me voy.
You again! You've really got to stop doing that.
¿Cómo no? Bueno, esto está ya todo revisado. Vamos a hacer por esta cerita.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Descubierto Emporio de Zen.
Ma'am, please, I need your help. I can pay. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Tranquilízate, respira hondo y cuéntame qué ha pasado.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away?
A few days ago.
He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Won't last long. Oh, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please,
Won't you
get
go?
me out.
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
¿Has dicho que ofreces una recompensa o algo así?
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad.
¿Por qué crees que se ha escapado?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know once ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. I promised he should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
¿Dónde puede estar?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No. And now I just know my boys run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a manta queen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already.
¿Dónde está Cumbres Ambarinas?
That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with the nutty iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak. Or maybe Marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby.
¿Qué decías de los iconoclastas?
Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting, like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who'll listen. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all up.
Venga, te ayudaré a encontrar a tu hijo.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Hey, boy! What do you think you're doing? I saw. What do you think you're doing?
Ya me iba.
I don't have time for this. Move along.
Joder, pues con un contenedor la que me has liado. Y voy a cargar a todos los del pueblo, vamos. Vamos a cargar. El auto guardado porque no hemos cargado todo el pueblo. Venga.
Please, I need everyone. Oh, thank
Venga.
you for stopping. Everyone, please, you have to help.
Venga, vamos.
Don't you tell. He.
Oh, law, Captain.
Please. Well, he's been. That'll.
Vamos a pasar todo esto ligero.
If they. Thank you. And if you.
Venga, vamos a dejar.
Don't look like. You don't look like sublight. Must be freelance.
Wrapped musk and canid eyes, right here.
Nos van a ver. No, en el bar estaba hecha. Esta estaba aquí. Vamos a darle a esta las píldoras.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business. All of the above?
Tengo tus pastillas mágicas. No sé si eres consciente de lo peligrosas que son.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Spot. Ooh, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Me alegro de tenerte en el equipo. Guardar aquí. Venga, me alegro de tenerte en el equipo.
Great. Where to?
A buscar al traficante de información.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. Rotting River. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Vale, vicario, espera en la nave. Ahora mismo necesito la ayuda de Nioka.
Got my back?
As long as
Welcome
you've got
to
my
the
back,
unreliable-
I'll have yours. Welcome to the unreliable crew.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
Venga, vámonos. Vamos a poner los talentitos. Ansia, arma, cada uno. Vale. Barbati, sube, hemos dicho. Aplicamos. Y Nioka, vamos a estas. Aplicamos. Y esta chica lleva ametrallador. Vale. Y ahora sí vamos a guardar. Vamos a ver qué es lo que tenemos. Vale, Sele, que trabaja con la MSI, debería saber dónde está el póster de Green. Venga, vamos a extra.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Bien, mantenemos aquí.
Be right there.
What is it like in Israel? I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just always consecutive.
My condolences. I appreciate consistent wages like any other sane person, but it still seems awful. At least Sanjar gives his folks weekends. Hands of the void. I used to drop by the bar in Stellar Bay to knock a few back with the folks who had Saturdays off.
I don't know what I'd have done with that much time. I was always behind schedule anyway.
Knowing you, you'd sit and be alone with your thoughts.
Here to do business with Sanjar? Here to do business with Sanjar?
Vaya, hombre, no había
What do you think
visto
you're
eso.
doing?
Nada de nada.
Do what you want, I guess. I hope your being here means the board is loosening their restrictions.
Notas para la revisión. Tu informe tiene un aspecto excelente. Los números tienen todo el protagonismo. Ya has destacado nuestra producción. Solo una cosa, puedes aumentar los márgenes de página. Me gustaría que tuviera el mismo formato que los otros informes para pasar la lectura. Ver datos, archivos personales, informes de sumario sobre las condiciones en Bahía Estelar. La productividad sigue mejorando desde que suavizamos las antiguas restricciones y empezamos a ofrecer beneficios laborales como bajas por enfermedad, permisos para asuntos propios y turnos reducidos en un 24,9%. Recibimos un 52,3% más de comentarios positivos. El rendimiento de la y su factoría ha aumentado en un 15,2% interanual, lo que indica un crecimiento continuo con tendencia a la desaceleración. La reducción de ingresos con respecto a los anteriores se debe principalmente al deterioro de los materiales y la moral, el déficit ocasional de suministro y la pérdida paulatina de personal provocada por los merodeadores, la fauna hostil y el alistamiento en las filas de los iconoclastas. La reconciliación con la Junta sigue siendo un objetivo a largo plazo, pero nuestra principal preocupación es defender la ciudad de las amenazas. Aproximadamente un 32,8% del presupuesto anual se destina a las tareas de reparación de la muralla. La solución óptima sería la contratación de especialistas en defensa y la obtención de armamento, pero debido a los factores citados anteriormente y sus efectos en la población, sigue siendo inviable. Propuesta. Vaya, aquí veo una nueva oportunidad de negocio.
New business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Muy generoso por tu parte.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous. So generous.
Noted.
Bargain. But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Rizzo's? Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
Solo estoy buscando al traficante de información.
Out at Devil's? That far? Out at Devil's Peak? Up the right? If you're headed that far, I see you've brought the right woman for the job.
But, damn right.
But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Podrían ser las dos cosas.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjo.
Oh, don't worry.
Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Y os habéis librado de las demás corporaciones, ¿para qué queréis que vuelva?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Monarch has been thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
Got our hazards, but we're so-called is right. Board took off hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Captain, that's not right. I don't...
Folks on Monarch
Dang it, Captain, that's not right. Folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Vamos, que estás cansado de gorronear y conformarte con migajas.
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
¿Y qué piensas hacer al respecto?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
La señorita sabe de lo que habla.
Alarmingly, it's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
¿Y cómo piensas hacer eso?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Alcíon.
And you'll have a powerful ally.
Ese rayo 52 parece útil. ¿Qué es exactamente?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Alcíon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
¿Y eso dónde está?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Tendré que ir a por el rayo 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Antes de irme me gustaría hacerte una pregunta.
What can I do for you?
He hablado con Green, el guardia de la plataforma de aterrizaje.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized?
Hizo un trabajo estelar.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Tengo preguntas acerca de la MSI y lo que ocurrió en el pasado.
Then it's good that I keep such.
¿Qué hizo la MSI para que la expulsaran de la Junta?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
¿Me estáis diciendo que iniciasteis vuestra propia expulsión de la Junta?
Well, that's not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
¿Qué pasó con las otras empresas?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
Pero la MSI se quedó, ¿verdad?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Qué moderno todo.
But it's humane. But it's also good business sense. Malnourished workers are not productive. Sick and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Colony work? Here. Damn well oughta. That may not be the way the colony works, but it damn well oughta.
Unfortunately, a noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. What I thought, but the scene. That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Pero aquí estáis.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages. I don't know.
And above board.
Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
¿Qué es la cláusula de riesgo?
It's straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
Folks stuck on the wrong side. But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
Well, I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments.
¿Y lo utilizaron en Monarca?
All of MS.
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
¿Por qué queréis regresar a la Junta?
They own all
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Alcíon.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
Part of the colonial community.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow strangulation.
Nos han tratado muy bien que se diga. ¿De verdad os compensa volver?
Progress. I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
¿Ejercer presión?
Yes.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed.
Once we're restored,
who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations. What can I do for you?
Venga. Ya nos hemos pegado aquí una cháchara de cojones. Y ahora contigo, reina.
Welcome to Monarch Stellar Greetings. And welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Alcíon. What can I do for you today?
Dean me pidió que te preguntara sobre su póster de Tosbol.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago.
Want to help him?
I still don't know anything about it. But if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you.
Long time ago.
Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Espérate. Habla con Velma en el almacén. Esta. Joder, está aquí en este lado, vamos. Y no podemos pasar, otra vez a dar la vuelta, vamos.
Look, you can tell Catherine that
Hey, Velma, I got your cat.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself.
Tranquila, solo estoy echando un vistazo. ¿A qué ha venido eso? ¿Quién es Kathleen?
Sorry, got my cable crossed. Sorry, seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough from Fallbrook. Job has been running. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. Walk out. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Quería preguntarte por el póster de Green.
Last time I contract for any. I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can also tell him I got a better poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
¿Quién es Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. Just once. She asked me about the poster once. Offered. Just once. Made a real generous offer too.
Así que es cuestión de dinero.
I'm right it is. Damn right it is.
¿Le vas a dar el póster de Green a otra persona? ¿No te lo había pagado?
I paid. No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Not his. Grim may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
Aún tienes el póster, ¿no?
Locked up in... It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
Seguro que podemos llegar a un acuerdo.
Want to pay me more than Nell? Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Y a ver, o darle 972. Cambiemos de tema.
Fine by me.
¿Quién es la tal Kathleen que mencionaste cuando entré?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer. Something else on your mind?
Háblame de tu compañero desaparecido.
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
¿No tenéis una normativa clara al respecto?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. But it also means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply.
¿Decías que Braxton estaba robando fármacos?
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming.
I've noticed.
And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
¿Por qué no acudiste a las hostilidades?
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat, and mostly tumor-free.
Hablemos de Caleb.
Tell me he's agreed to do his job again? Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Trabajan mucho, ¿no? ¿No crees que se merecen algún tipo de compensación?
Hard work. Dials. Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work.
I'll wager she don't pay those folks that maintain the mechanicals decent neither.
Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much.
Caleb dice que necesita un aumento porque ha subido el coste de la vida.
Catherine, Albrook. Tell him to complain to Catherine and Fallbrook. For money, not me. Contract. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat. Better get back to it. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Vamos a decirle hecha. Sé que te está llevando un buen pellizco de los ingresos. ¿Qué dirá Sanjar si se lo cuento?
Where's your proof? Same thing as me. I know no one's been. Where's your proof? My terminal. Because I know no one's been poking around my terminal lately.
I'm in the wrong business if a woman this dense can get away with robbing her company.
Hypothetical. Just as a hypothetical. Nothing to see on my terminal, of course. Because I've done nothing wrong.
Sanjar se acabará enterando de la ausencia de personal y te hará a ti responsable.
Ragged while for running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life. Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet he keeps it at home. Near the diner.
You steal from your own people? That's low, man.
Someone's got to keep the... That's business. Someone's got to keep the lights on. Fine by
¿Podemos
me.
llegar a un acuerdo sobre el póster de Green?
Want to pay me? Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Hazme este favor, te estoy ayudando a encontrar a Braxton, ¿no?
Sure. Helping me? Sure. Talk about the and once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster. Fine by me.
Ve al apartamento de Braxton. Esta de aquí. Bueno, vamos a hacer una paradita que llevamos 2 horas y volvemos en un rato, luego más tarde. Vamos a guardar la partida. y nos vemos luego un poco más tarde. Hasta ahora, chicos.